All right, let's talk about 7 things you need to consider when picking a personal trainer. But before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content and if you want to see some more. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so you've decided to get serious about your health and fitness, but you need a little guidance, a little coaching. You need some structure, right? So you decide, hey, I'm going to employ a personal trainer. Success, baby. But not all trainers are created equally. Some are going to have special skill sets that may or may not be what you're looking for. So let me go over 7 things that I think you need to consider and ask when you're interviewing a potential trainer. Remember, you don't just sign up with a trainer. You need to build a rapport with that trainer. You need to make sure you're both on the same page. So ask these 7 things, or at least consider these 7 things before you decide to just jump right in. Number 1 on my list is, does this trainer that you're looking for or that you're thinking about employing, do they have a certification? And if so, by whom, and is it current? Why is this important? Well, I look at it like this. Am I going to go to a doctor that never finished med school? Am I going to trust them to operate on my body? Am I going to trust them with my health? No. Well, I don't think you really want to do that with a trainer either. Now, I'm not saying that all trainers that are certified are great, but I will tell you that certification, especially if it's an accredited one, which is the next part of this, and by accredited, I just mean, did the curriculum that they followed, was it audited? Was it tested? Was it found to be academically sound? And did the exam process or the testing process meet certain criteria? Was it rigorous? Did it have a proctor? Was there less of a chance of that trainer cheating to pass their exam? Because just like in any school, law school, med school, or whatever, we have people that like to cheat. So you want to make sure that if they are certified, you probably want them to be certified through an accredited agency and not just a claim of being certified. So that way, under a certification, we know that they've demonstrated the knowledge, skills, and abilities that they can take to the field and help you achieve your goals. That's why that's important. So, like I said, they're not all created equal, but I think that it does lend quite a bit of credibility. So you want to ask, is the trainer accredited or not? Do they have a certification or not? Is the certification current or has it lapsed? These are important things. Do they have CPR, AED, first aid? Not all of them will have that. You need to make sure that they have that, especially if you're somebody that has some underlying conditions that may come to play during training, or could, right? We don't want that. And we want to make sure that the trainer is able to handle any emergency situation that comes up so that we don't have any liability issues there or hurt somebody. So, first things first, I would ask, is the trainer certified? Is the certification accredited? And if so, by whom? And then do your research on that just to make sure. All right, let's get into number 2 on the list. Does the trainer hold any specializations? Do they specialize in an area that's of interest to you? If somebody comes to me, right, here, I'll tell you real quick. What I specialize in is working with the aging population. I help people get their functionality back so they can complete their activities of daily living easier than they might be doing right now. I also work or specialize with golf fitness, functional training, interval training, strength training, and working with first responders. That's kind of my thing, okay? But if somebody came to me and they were like, Ralph, I really want to be a physique or bodybuilder. That's what I want, a physique or bodybuilding competitor. I want to be at the top level, or I want to be a power lifter. Well, those are different specializations, right? And those are things that I can get you to a certain level because every personal trainer that's certified, gone through a real program, understands the basics. But when we're talking about taking you to that higher level, I would refer you out to somebody that specializes in those areas, because I don't want to just take you part way, right? Unless you like that, we have a good rapport and you want me to work with you for a while, that's fine. But even if you're going to get, if we get to a certain point and you need to get to that next level, then you need to see somebody that can specialize in that area, or that does specialize in that area, I should say, and can take you there. I wouldn't be your guy. So with that said, make sure to find out what specializations they hold, if any. They may just be a personal trainer with general knowledge. That's fine. And like I said, a personal trainer with general knowledge in many fields. They're going to have a little bit of knowledge in nutrition, hypertrophy training, strength training, max strength training. So we get into all the areas, but they don't really, it's like being a, what do they say, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. That's kind of what your basic personal trainer is. I hold a corrective exercise specialization, which is very helpful for me when working with people that have limitations. And I also hold a specialization in golf fitness. So if you were coming to me, those are the things that you might be like, oh yeah, that's interesting to me. I think I will use longevity to get me to a certain point where I feel much better and can complete my activities of daily living with less stress. Now, let's move on to number 3. All right, number 3 is an interesting one. Will you need nutrition coaching? Okay, why is that? Why do I even mention that, right? You're like, I'm going for personal training. Well, listen, you want to achieve certain goals. Usually it has to do with your weight, or it has to do with being more functional, less pain, that kind of thing. And all of that means that you do need to focus on your nutrition. People hate to hear it, right? Oh, I just want to work out, or they don't want to work out and all they want is nutrition. So those are important things to think about. So I would ask, does the trainer hold a certification as a nutrition coach, or do they just have the basic knowledge in nutrition? Now, even a nutrition coach, a certified nutrition coach, should still not be planning specific meals for you. They can provide you with options, and then you can choose, and they can help you figure out your macros, and they can work in that area. But they should not be telling you exactly what to eat and when to eat it. That's out of their scope of practice. That's for an actual registered dietitian or nutritionist. So be leery of that. You'll see it on the internet a lot. Trainers talking about giving you all your meals and telling you exactly what to eat. Well, that's out of their scope generally. And a lot of those don't even hold a certification as a nutrition coach. So be leery of that. That's number 3. Let's go to number 4. Number 4. This is a simple one. Does the trainer have any experience? And what experience do they have? This is important. Again, it kind of goes back to the specializations, right? Does the trainer specialize in an area? Well, here, does the trainer have experience in a certain area that you are interested in developing? You know, does it match up with your goals? So if the trainer doesn't have any experience, does that mean you shouldn't give them a shot? Not necessarily, right? Some people may come into personal training later in life. They may have been somebody that works out, reads, researches, and has always stayed up on the curriculum, but never really got certified. And that's okay. They may have worked with people in a casual setting. That's experience. But these are things you want to ask. So don't necessarily shut a trainer down or put them out of your mind or out of the selection process just because they have limited experience. You can ask further questions like, hey, how long have you been training? Have you ever helped anybody else? Those kind of things are very important in helping you choose that trainer. So experience, yes, they could say, hey, I have 3 to 5 years of experience. Great, okay. But is that experience good? Maybe not. Maybe they're a crappy trainer. I don't know. So what are their success stories? Ask these questions. Don't just go into it based on years of experience or no experience. Ask some further questions, and that will help you out. Let's move on. This one seems superficial, but it's actually can be important for some people. Does the trainer look like what you expect the trainer should look like? Do they look like they practice what they preach? It's not necessary. You can have a trainer that is overweight, but has the knowledge and experience and has applied it many times and can take you to your goals, right? Can help you achieve your goals. You can have a trainer that looks fit, in shape, but they can be terrible they might not be able to get you anywhere. So just the look of the trainer shouldn't be shouldn't be the standard. It shouldn't be something that you automatically say, hey, this person looks terrible, I don't want them training me. But let's be honest, it does play a part. I go to a doctor and the doctor looks like he's about 150 pounds overweight and is busy trying to tell me how to change my diet, how to lose weight, how I need to lose weight, how I need to get in shape. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, why would I take advice from you? You look terrible. So it comes into play. It's just human nature, I think. But if that's important to you, does the trainer look like they practice what they preach? I think that's important for you to consider. And if they don't, maybe just ask some more questions like, hey, what did you used to do in the past? Were you pretty fit? Did you do this? Did you do that? What kind of things do you do now? You don't want to come off as insulting, but I do think it's important, right? Because as a trainer, we do need to represent what we're trying to sell, basically, right? I'm trying to sell you on health. I'm trying to sell you on functionality. Am I able to do all those things? If not, you probably aren't going to trust me much. Let's move on to number 6. Something else to consider. Does your trainer coach online or just in person or just online? Are they both? Maybe they have a hybrid. For me, I like to coach in person. I get more out of that, but I will coach online as well. The thing with online coaching though, is if you want that, make sure that you have the proper setup on your end and make sure the coach does as well, right? The trainer needs to be set up too. So if I'm going to demonstrate exercises to you, I need to have a nice stationary tripod. And if I'm going to see you doing the exercises, then I need you to also have your recording device, camera, phone, whatever, in a nice stable area where I can see your complete body while you're doing your exercises. So I can't cue you on proper form and I can't give you feedback and instruction if I can't see what you're doing. So that's something that's very important for online coaching and something you should consider if that's what you want. Make sure you have the setup at your home. Make sure you're not in a cluttered area and that you also are able to set that camera in a nice stable location so the trainer isn't looking up your nostrils or at your crotch or down on the top of your head because they're not going to be able to give you proper feedback. And if you have a trainer that is cool with that, then that trainer is probably not too good either and they're just cashing checks. So make sure the trainer can actually see what you're doing. Now, if online coaching or in-person coaching is your thing, you also have to make sure, as we move into number 7, do you work out at a commercial gym? If you work out at a commercial gym, you might be able to get away with bringing your online coach there, right? Recording your workout at least, and then submitting it back to your online coach so they can see how you're doing, check your form and that type of thing. And they can easily program for a commercial gym because it has all the equipment. But if you want in person and you go to a commercial gym, you're going to have to employ one of their trainers. They're not going to let an outside trainer in. It's just bad business for them. So if you go to a commercial gym, you're going to need to ask the same questions we've gone over already, right? Is the trainer certified? Some at a gym, believe it or not, some commercial gyms, they'll have people in there working as trainers. They're not even certified, which is strange to me, right? It seems like there should be some liability issues there, but they're probably in some kind of apprenticeship, I guess, maybe, while they're getting ready to take their exams. So, is the trainer certified? Is the certification accredited? How much experience do they have? Do they specialize in any areas that you're interested in? Are they knowledgeable in nutrition, or are they a certified nutrition coach? These kind of things are very important to ask even at a commercial gym. So don't be afraid to interview different trainers there. You'll have some that might just be fresh out of high school, for real. And you'll have some that may have been there for quite a while, have a lot of good experience. Make sure to interview and don't just accept the one they're going to push on you. They don't care at a commercial gym. They want to sell memberships, give you cheap training, and that's what they do. But if that's cool with you, that's all right. Now, if you want somebody to come to you, like what I do, concierge style, because some people, especially after COVID, they decided, hey, I don't really like to be at a crowded commercial gym. The problem with the commercial gym, right? All the equipment's taken up. People are sitting there on their phone, they're Instagramming, scrolling, whatever they do, right? They're doing all those things except for working out, but they're taking up time and they're taking up all the equipment. Now you have someone come to you at your home and work with you at your home gym, or you come to their private fitness studio and you're going to get an efficient workout. You're going to actually get a lot more bang for your buck, and a more efficient workout is going to get done. You're going to be happier, unless you like the commercial gym atmosphere, because there's a lot of people there, right? A little community. So things to consider, those are a couple of them. Okay, so those are 7 things to consider when you're picking out your personal trainer. And if you have questions or comments, put them in the comments and I'll get back to them. Until then, I'll think of something else for next time. If you have any other suggestions too of things you want to see, leave those in the comments as well. Take care.